With a growing population of more than 23 million people, Lagos daily faces the challenges of emergencies, including fire outbreaks, accidents of all sorts, and medical exigencies, among others. To prepare for these realities, the state government established and equipped agencies to serve as first responders in these cases. Yearly, the Lagos State government earmarks huge sums of money for the smooth running of these agencies, which include the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, the Lagos State Safety Commission, Lagos State Fire Services, and the Lagos State Ambulance Services, otherwise known as LASAMBUS, among others. These agencies work around the clock in ensuring that emergencies do not get out of hand before being put under control. As of August 2021, LASEMA alone has been involved in 1,163 incidents across the state since the beginning of the year. A further breakdown shows that Lagos had experienced 26 falling truck and tankers, 5 oil tanker spillages, 2 oil tanker explosions, 284 tanker accidents, 7 truck or tankers on fire, 41 trailer accidents, 355 road crashes, with 48 medical emergencies and 1 pipeline explosion, among others. Dr. Olufemi Damilola Oke Osoyintolu is the Director General and the Chief Executive Officer of LASEMA. He told the Save Lagos crew that the State Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu is particular about the safety of Lagosians and thus has done everything required of the agency to deliver on its mandate.
LASEMA is the coordinating agency of all the primary responders. And one way or the other, if you look at the thematic administrations of this government, lies on the bedrock being provided by LASEMA. Let me first of all say big thank you to Mr. Governor for providing clear ownership of emergency management of the state and giving clear political view for LASEMA. When this administration came in, within 6 months of inception, Mr. Governor identified with the team of LASEMA. He visited all our centers and he read riot acts to them that his administration is ready to work and ensure that his administration provides safety of life and properties for Lagosians. With that, all the team of LASEMA went to town to make sure they perform adequately. They worked together as a team. And the core value of LASEMA is to ensure discipline, risk assessment, prioritizations of the type of work we are doing, and ensure prompt response to emergency. And really, when you are talking about emergency management in Lagos State, it has to do with early warning system, it has to do with preparation, it has to do with planning before we now get to the response phase and the recovery phase. So when you are looking at the circle of disaster management in Lagos State, is well covered by LASEMA. And the most important thing that this administration puts into being is that we are able to manage emergency in a cyber functions way. How do we do that? We use a lot of technology within the states, at various local government. We have what we call LASEMA operation units in all the local governments. We have LASEMA in the 3 senatorial districts of the state. We have relief camp and we have the dispatch center all over the state. With that, we will reduce our response to between 5 to 10 minutes.
Dr. Sanwo-Olu says the level of interference in rescue operations by members of the public at emergency sites is a great drawback to the agency.
There's a new trend, which one way or the other we are afraid of. But Mr. Governor has been able to do a lot on that, which is bear down to security challenges when we are handling emergency. And we raised alarm to Mr. Governor that this is what is happening. And that thing is that security issues. While we are responding, we now have some area boys that they will be coming to disturb us, that they will be coming to ask for funds, for money before we could perform our services. And it's more common in Festac area, in Amubu area, in Apapa area. And we've carried out a lot of enlightenment on this. And Mr. Governor has directed the police force that when we are going, they should move with us. But 3 or 5 days ago, we were informed that the area boss hacked a policeman down. So it's really alarming, it's challenging to us, it's something that we are working seriously to make sure that we are on top of it. We are carrying out a lot of advocacy. We are ensuring that at the local level, we are able to build advocacy. We are able to ensure that we train our people so that this type of occurrence will be greatly condemned, will be greatly reduced, and we'll be able to work better together as a team.
It shows to the Save Lagos crew the technologies installed at the Alausa facility that have continued to aid the smooth operation of LASEMA.
And this is the core value of LASEMA. LASEMA deals our rescue
partnership with other key stakeholders, risk assessment, critical response, prioritization of what we are doing, customer-centric, and dedications and committed. Our mission is clear: for prompt and effective response to all forms of emergencies to disaster in the state. Our base, we have what we call the eagle base, we have the shark base, we have the lion base, we have the tiger base, we have the dolphin, and we have the cobra base. The beauty of this base is the command control center of Lagos State. The importance of command control center is to ensure that all the basic units of emergency responders are together. We have the fire services, we have the LASMA, we have the LASEMBOS, we have the IRS. The purpose of this is for the prompt response, ensuring effective, efficient teamwork and effective collaboration. So before we have the emergency, we could have known each other, we could have been trained together, so that when there's an emergency, there will be a proper, effective, efficient synergy. This is where we receive the emergency call, and this is where the emergency is being defined. So it is important, because you see, these are things that we check what we are doing. As we are working in Lagos State, we have what we call a checklist into it. In every day, day running of emergency services, we have what we call checklist. When we receive the call, when we get there, with this, we are able to monitor, evaluate the type of work we are delivering to the people of Lagos State. It's also a center that we use for us to manage emergency in a cyber. Not only that, is what we use to be able to respond to any form of emergency effectively and efficiently. Now, this is emergency EOC. Emergency EOC is very unique. When we receive call from downstairs, it comes upstairs, we will define the type of emergency that we are responding to. We have decision makers. It will be able to tell us, are we responding to any minor emergency, or we are responding to major emergency. By the time that they inform us that we are responding to major emergency, we will deploy all our zonal coordinator to the scene. And you can see clearly, this is Lagos State Live. This is where we use CCTV to monitor what is going on in the states. And you can see, if there's an emergency, we have a vehicle that we have our CCTV in there. That vehicle will be deployed to the scene of the emergency, and they will be coordinating with us. So it is important to note that we could record here, we could play back to see our actions, to see our inactions, to fine-tune our response, to help us in preparing for any form of emergency. And these things serve for also in training of our primary responder, and by and large is more of forensic now. We can play, we can analyze, we can kickstart, we can monitor, we can evaluate what we are doing in emergency management. Apart from the 112 and 767, we have a WhatsApp number. You can see it here, where people can communicate with us directly. Apart from the 112-767, we have a WhatsApp number. You can see that they are communicating with us. They are telling us what is going on. They are testing us that there is any form of emergency. And with that, we are able to ensure under this administration of Mr. Sanwo-Olu, Mr. Governor of Lagos State, we are able to ensure that the good people of Lagos State enjoy the dividends of democracy, enjoy what the government has put in place, and enjoy the development plan for this state. Because the thematic transportation health, environment, making Lagos State smart city, lives, or the bedrock linked to value by ourselves.
The Lagos State Fire Service is the statutory fire and rescue service for Lagos State, assigned with the responsibility of managing fire emergencies in all parts of the state. The agency was established in 1972 by the Lagos State Law No. 42. The service is responsible for fire protection and community safety among residents and visitors across the state. The agency is headquartered in Alausa and currently has a total of 16 fire stations across the state, including Agege, Badagry, Lekki, Epe, Sari Iganmu, Ikeja, Ikotun, and Ikorodu. The Lagos State Fire Service also has stations at Ilupeju, Isolo, Ojo, Ejigbo, Abesan, and Bolade in Oshodi area of the metropolis. In September 2021, the Lagos State government trained and presented necessary work tools, including personal protective clothing, to 100 newly employed officers of the fire service for effective discharge of their duties. The Director, Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, Mrs. Adesheye Margaret, speaking at the passing of parade of the new firefighters after 6 months of intensive training, charged the officers to boost the effectiveness of the agency in fire safety, rescue, and firefighting operations. While commending the state governor, Mrs. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, for providing all necessary support to the agency, the director implored the officers to contribute their quota to ensuring efficient and effective service delivery to the inhabitants of Lagos. Recently, the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service saved 23 warehouses in Ido area of the state from being razed by an inferno that destroyed 8 warehouses and shanty structures. In another development, the Lagos State Fire Service salvaged 101 shops while 70 others were affected in a fire outbreak involving 171 lock-up shops at Alade Market Street in Sanwo-Olu area of Lagos. The responsibility fell on the shoulders of the Lukweju and Bolade fire stations, which were both swiftly alerted by the headquarters to visit the location to douse the raging fire.